Okay guys, welcome to today's video. Well, we're going to talk about a different topic that I really haven't discussed on the channel that much, but it's as an instrument cluster repair technician, where should you buy things? Because this question gets asked the most on the Facebook group out of any of the questions is, where do I buy X product? So we're going to go across a different spectrum of parts here and just where to get them from or where I personally buy them from. Doesn't necessarily mean where I buy them from the best place to, because I don't actually do this stuff full time. It's more of a hobby thing for me. I mean, yes, I do it for work, but I don't know. I don't do as many instrument clusters as other people. So I may not have the absolute best source for these parts, but I have what works good for me, especially at the volume that I do. Because some of these things you get some really large MOQs on, or minimum order quantities. So then you kind of get stuck into buying a lot of something that may take you a long time to sell. So, you know, if you're doing larger production than me, you may want to look somewhere else. Like stepper motors, I buy them 500 at a time. But, you know, you may want to buy more, you may want to buy less, depending on how you do it. So let's get right into this. Let's take a look at some websites here and see where I'm buying stuff and look at some prices. And we're also going to look at some places that you probably shouldn't be buying from if you're doing this for work. Don't discredit these places if you're a hobbyist just fixing your own instrument cluster in one. But yeah, we're going to look at some stuff. So let's just get right into that and take a look. All right, so first, let's just talk about where, if you're a technician, where you probably shouldn't be buying stuff. And that's going to be eBay, unless you're buying cores and stuff like that. If you don't have a junkyard and you need to buy cores, yeah, eBay can be an okay place to buy them. They're generally a little overpriced. But, so, like, say you need a lens. Let's take a look at this lens here. So, this genuine lens here, $200, same Escalade one, $235 on eBay. Now, you can go and you can get this exact same one on Amazon for $109. So, and your genuine, the non-Escalade one, so just the regular one, $32. So they're cheap on Amazon. So that's kind of where I recommend getting your lenses from, is either Amazon, or if you just need the black ones, you can go to Ambivious and get them pretty cheap there. I think I'm saying the name of his business correctly. But yeah, Ambivious has them for $29. So that's another good source for them. Looks like he's taking the pictures on top of his freezer there by the texture. So yeah, let's take a look. So yeah, so lenses, eBay is not the place to get them, but I know a lot of people are buying them on eBay. Let's take another look at something that you shouldn't be getting on eBay. So say you do the 2007 to 2014 instrument clusters where the driver's information center goes dead on it. And so what you should not be doing is coming to eBay to buy your LL2705s. They're super overpriced on eBay, $36 for 10 of them. Let's go take a look at that exact same thing on DigiKey. So you can buy this on DigiKey or Mouser, but yeah, on DigiKey, you can get 10 of them for $9. Now you still got to pay shipping when you order from DigiKey. It's like $9 for shipping, so $18 or so. If you're going to just buy 10, I normally would say buy 100 at a time when you're buying things like these, because that 100 that'll should last you a while, and it gets you a little bit cheaper. So definitely, I'd recommend buying 100 of them if you're ordering from either Mouser or DigiKey. All right, here's another thing that you should not be buying on eBay: the little buttons, the trip reset buttons. $10 for just one. For one. All right, let's go take a look at this same part on DigiKey. Or sorry, this one's Mouser. Now, this one, the part number, the photo they have for it's wrong. Here, I actually have it here in stock. Yes, this is a DigiKey bag because they sell them on DigiKey too. I prefer to keep my DigiKey bags. This is actually what that part looks like from that part number. So it doesn't look like in the picture at all. So just something to be aware of. The photo's wrong on Mouser, but this is that part number. You can see it right there. Possibly, if it focused. I don't know. I can't see the camera while I'm doing this, so maybe it focused, maybe not. But yeah, this is that part number. They just show the wrong photo on the wrong product photo on there. So Yep, you get those for, instead of $10 each, if you just buy one, it's 25 cents. If you buy 10, they're 24 cents. And they go down a little bit each. But yeah, they're super cheap on here. So yeah, you can buy 10 of them, or you can buy you buy 50 of them and be about the same price as buying one on eBay. So these are three things that I would not recommend buying on eBay. Like I said, if you don't have a junkyard nearby, you can get good deals on cores sometimes. Just like find the 4 parts or not working ones. There's other things that you can get okay deals on eBay, but those are kind of the, yeah, let's just stay away from them. So yeah, I showed you on Amazon, you can get your lenses for a decent deal. Stay away from these style LEDs. Just throwing that in there while we're looking. Those style LEDs, they're going to fail on you really quick. So yeah, Mouser and DigiKey, you can get about the same stuff on both of them. Depends on, like for me, I like to order from Mouser because they're right over in Texas, so I get them really quickly when I order from them. So for me, I generally order from Mouser, but DigiKey, they should have about the same stuff, so that's why I showed them. Okay, so now let's talk about some of these weird things that you need to buy. So these are the microcontrollers on the 2003 to 2004. Yeah, just 2003 and 2004 are the only year that use this microcontroller. I order them from UT Source. You can also get them from HK Inventories. But UT Source is who I use to get them. They're like 20 bucks a piece. My recommendation with UT Source, if you're going to order from them, is don't order less than like $150 of stuff. If you order $150 worth of stuff, your shipping is free. Okay, so now here is who you're going to buy like 90% of your stuff from. It's SDDT. So it's Shenzhen Dodo Technology is the company. This is who you're going to get most of your stuff from. Like your stepper motors, they generally have the best deal on the X27s. I buy them 500 at a time, so it's like $1.55 each on the stepper motors. Well, people are paying upwards of $3 or $4 each on eBay. So they're the guys that get most of these inlays printed. So most of the cheap inlays you see on eBay, most of those $40 inlays, it's SDDT that's printing them. So you might as well just order direct from the source. Instead of paying $45, you can pay $20 to $25 on your inlay. So definitely you're going to end up contacting these guys to get your stuff for your instrument clusters. You just go to the contact us, email them and say, hey, I need a product catalog, and that'll get you your pricing on everything, because their website is pretty poorly made. It looks like it was made in 2010, and yeah, you come in here and not everything has a price to it, and they got a ton of stuff. So definitely recommend checking out this company. They're gonna have most of the stuff that you're going to need to do your instrument clusters. It's Hawaii and Zach are the two guys the two guys that work there. I think they're both the same person. Yeah, definitely reach out to these people to get a product catalog from them. You'll be surprised at how cheap the stuff is if you've never ordered from them before. So yeah, if you're just getting started out with GM instrument clusters, you definitely need to know who these guys are. So the last one we're going to really talk, well, we got two more to talk about here. So one is I get this all the time, like, hey, I have this thing I want to make. You know, I want this custom color on these needles or whatever. Now, if you just want the ones that everyone's always buying, like the white or the blue, just order those from SDDT. You get them cheap, and they'll take care of you. But if you want to get some custom made ones, get on Alibaba and find somebody that's selling them and just contact them. Say you go down to the contact section, send them a message and say, hey, I want what you're making here, but in a different color, or hey, I want some needles made, but I want them completely different. Getting them in a different color is one thing. They're probably not going to charge you too much money for that and have too large of an MOQ. If you want them to make it completely different, like it's a whole new injection mold that they're going to need, they're probably going to want you to pay for that injection mold. So you'll have either a really large MOQ, or it's, yeah, we'll make that, but you got to pay for the mold. In those injection molds, for something that small, you're probably going to be paying $500 to a couple $1,000s for just the mold. So So that just depends on if they have to make a whole mold there. But yeah, definitely, if you want like a custom made pointer or something like that, or find somebody that's making inlays and say, hey, I want this print. Back to the SDDT though, they do custom prints too. So if you say, hey, I want this one printed, they will print it for you, and they charge, I think they had a minimum of, you had to buy like 20 of them, and they were like $40 each if you got them custom printed. I can't remember for sure. But I have seen that they will do custom printing. You just have to order a bunch of them from them, which is kind of understandable. They're doing something custom, so they don't want to do a one-off as a manufacturer. So definitely, if you have like this idea for something you want to make or you want different that's unique to you only, just get on Alibaba and find somebody that's making something like that and message them and be like, hey, can you make this? And they say, no, we can't make it. I go like, okay, well, who do you know that can make this? You know, who's a manufacturer that you know that can do this? And they'll generally point you in the right direction. So yeah, the last one I want to talk about here is Ambivious. So this was my recommendation for people that want the cube LEDs. He has one of the better prices on these things. They're still pretty expensive. You know, 25 of them is $27, so it's more than $1 a piece. But yeah, these are those cube LEDs that you see people using that they really like. I personally don't like the cube LEDs. I don't think they're bright enough, and I think they're overpriced. But they are very popular. A lot of people like them, so I'm not going to say they're a bad product or anything. Just this is one of the better deals on getting it, because you'll generally be already ordering some lenses from them and stuff too. And you know, that's not a bad deal on the stepper motor package. His lamps are pretty popular. I know there's some other guys that use his lamps and like them. You don't need to buy the ones that come with the yellow seats on them. Like, don't buy them. Not because there's something wrong with them. It's just those seats that are on the bulbs, that's for a pick and place to put them. You don't need them on the instrument clusters. Just get them as the raw bulb and put them on there yourself. Trim the legs. It doesn't make it any stronger sitting on there in those plastic seats. There's some sort of misconception to people that the seat makes the whole thing stronger and stay in there better. That's not true at all. The whole reason for that seat is just for a pick and place to put them in there. If anything, those seats are going to make it weaker because it gives some mechanical advantage to vibration to actually break that solder joint. So if anything, it's going to make it weaker, not stronger. I actually order my bulbs on Mouser. They are a JKL product, I believe was the name of the company. That's who I use, but I don't use Ambivious for those. I generally only buy, when I'm buying from him, is the lenses. So definitely check out these guys. Nobody sponsored me on any of these recommendations here. All right, so that is my recommendations for these different businesses to actually get your stuff for doing this kind of work. You know, the same like Mouser, DigiKey, those websites, while you're on there, you can get your consumables too if you've never ordered from them. So you can get your Kim wipes and your, get your flux and solder, all that stuff. All your consumables that you need, you can order it there too. Some of them are a little bit overpriced on those websites. Sometimes you can get them cheaper on like Kim Tech and stuff like that. But it's just convenience there that you're paying for. So definitely recommend using those instead of going to eBay for all this stuff. And I'm not saying eBay's a bad place to buy stuff. It's a really good place to get, cores when you don't have a junkyard. And it's a good place to at least get the first one. Like when you're just starting out, like, hey, I'm not really sure how this button works. It's on here and the button's busted, so I need to buy one so I can probe it and see what legs are what and how this button works. So I get paying a little bit extra just for that first one when you really need to get started. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend, paying $10 for one button. That's absolutely outrageous. Or paying $30 for those MOSFETs. One thing to be aware of right now on those MOSFETs is there's a global chip shortage right now, and they are out of stock everywhere. I didn't see anybody with the LL2705 in stock. And that's why I actually had DigiKey pulled up instead of having them both on Mouser. Oh, I think I only have about 10 of them. So yeah, I'm running low on them too. So this chip shortage needs to hurry up and end so that way we can get our stuff. But yeah, so that there are other options than just going to eBay and buying stuff. And like I said, Amazon has those lenses for pretty cheap, $34 for the lens. that one, I'll order it on Amazon sometimes because it's convenient, because it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna get this real quick with some other Amazon order. But when I need to order more than just one, I'll order from Ambivious because he has the best price on them. Plus, I like to put money back into the community. I like to support the community. So you know, I'm not knocking any of these businesses. Like, a lot of the guys that do instrument cluster repair also sell the stuff. Like, there's some of the guys like to print their own inlays and they sell them for a significant amount of money. So, you know, and US Speedo sells really expensive inlays. They're definitely a higher quality than you're gonna find from, you know, SDDT, but they're also 10 times the cost pretty much. So, just kind of something to yeah, think about there when you're pricing out this stuff. Before I end the video here, I do want to mention these things. So I used them for the longest time on the channel. They're those SMD3 LEDs. And so I get a lot of requests about them still, because I showed them a lot on the channel early on, and like YouTube really likes a couple of my early on videos and doesn't like to push my new stuff as much, so whatever. So a lot of people ask about those, but the manufacturer that makes them changed them. They're not the same anymore. They changed the resistor value on them. They also changed the package size on the resistor. Package size doesn't really matter, but the actual resistance value does matter, and they drive the LEDs a lot harder and they burn up now. So the new ones suck. All the new SMD3 LEDs, just they all suck. The old Part Sam ones were always garbage. They've always had problems. And then the new SMD3s that were made by the cheap guys that used to the best place to get them was eBay. That was actually the best place to buy them. But yeah, the manufacturers that made them, they turned them to crap. So I will have a new video here eventually showing how to install LEDs on these instrument clusters, how I'm doing it now. Just to give a hint for that video, it's a little spoiler. I just use a 0805 package resistor and a 3528 LED and just kind of get them on there just right, and it works good. It's tedious, but I know they're gonna last. I know they're not gonna burn out, so it's worth the extra effort for me, so that way I don't have something come back for warranty repair. So yeah, hey, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you were able to kind of absorb all of this stuff. I know I kind of threw it out there as a water hose, just like, hey, here's this site, here's this site, here's this site. I wanted to answer this question so that way I can refer to it on the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, check it down in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.